Greetings, Brian. May I call you Brian, since that's your name? I see that you have joined the legions, the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who have said they know exactly where the hidden Forrest Fenn fabulous treasure is. The fabulous treasure. Worth at least $800,000. You probably get more for it at auction. There are collectors out there in Asia, China, Japan, Russia that would pay a hell of a lot more for that treasure. Maybe upwards of $2 million. You know exactly where this treasure is, worth at least $800,000, just like over 1,000 other people before you who have also said they know exactly where it is. And you can't afford to go get it. So I thought I would make this reply video and give you some advice. And if you don't want me to call you Brian, I'll call you Shirley.
So, trying to figure out the riddle. As you can tell, I've got Forrest Fenn's memoir here.
You photocopied his book? You know where the treasure is? And you couldn't pay the $35 and actually buy the book? You photocopied it?
As you can see here, I've got a bunch of notes. I've even changed the sequence of the riddle.
You changed the sequence of the clues in the poem, even though Airman Fenn told you not to, and you still found the treasure? Damn, I'm impressed, dude.
Forrest Fenn, a former
The other night,
owner who has hidden a few
I figured out where he hid it.
gold and gems.
What day is this? Oh, I'm making a video. Okay, you have figured out where Forrest Fenn has hidden the treasure, along with many hundreds of other people. So go get it.
Somewhere in the Rocky
And
Mountains,
I need financing.
Shirley, did you know that there's these businesses called savings and loans? If you need money to go get $800,000 treasure, you go to a savings and loan and you say, hey, I could really use a loan. I've got, oh, I don't know, the trailer that I live in as collateral. I got a vehicle as collateral. You could even bypass the savings and loan and just sell the trailer if it's yours. Sell it if it's not yours, as long as you think you can get away with it. You then have money to go and get that fabulous, darling, fabulous treasure. Buy a house. What is the holdup here?
And I need someone to come get me.
Somebody wearing white, and they've got this jacket with really long sleeves that ties in the back.
I know where it's at. I know exactly where it's at.
That's right. You and many hundreds of people know exactly where the Forrest Fenn treasure is. And you would go get it, by golly, if only somebody would give you money. Have you been drinking what I've been drinking?
I know exactly where he put it, and I want to deal with someone that's been hunting for it. I want to choose the right character of the right compassion level.
I wasn't going to mention this, Shirley, but I think I should, to help you out here. You have used the word compassion at least 4 times in your video. You don't know, obviously, what it means. American Heritage Dictionary usage of the word compassion, quote, deep awareness of the suffering of another coupled with the wish to relieve it, end of quote. The way you are using it makes no sense. Also, when you say you're looking for the right person and you look in your video's description box, RITE.
Track down where I live, but you're not going to beat it out of me. I do have cameras and I do have a gun.
That's right. The guy with the long sleeve jacket will want to know you have a gun. Surely.
So, be aware. But I am a compassionate man.
With a gun?
And I just want to better my life like everybody else. But like I said before, I want to give the opportunity with a partner or partners because I don't have the funding. So
that just cracks me up, Shirley. You want to give somebody the opportunity to give you money. I find that hilarious.
Obviously setting up a meeting of some sort, but I need someone to come get me and put some money in my pocket. Shirley,
you could tell us why somebody would fund your going to get the Forrest Fenn treasure and not the many hundreds of other people who also say they know exactly where it is and would get it if only they had the money. Why you? Why not one of them? Why not all 700 of them? What makes you more worth funding than all of the others?
Excuse me. I'm not going to show my face, obviously.
I get that request a lot also.
Even though you'll probably be able to find it through the phone number. But anyway, like I said, I've got all these notes. I have figured it out.
Just like hundreds of other people have.
So the rest is in the hands of the believer that watches this video. And I can say this. About 15 years ago, I went to a psychic here in St. Louis, nearby. Still doesn't tell you where I live. With a girlfriend, and she said when I get in my early 50s, and she was holding my hand, she did this, and it just sounded so authentic that I was going to run into a load of riches. Very wealthy. So
a psychic said that? Surely you should have started the video with that. Everybody would now believe, by golly, that you know where the treasure is because a psychic told you one day you'd be wealthy. I mean, psychics don't ever tell anybody that. They wouldn't tell people that so that they would keep coming back and make sure, by golly, that when the psychic gets 15, 20 bucks, the person, let's call him, oh, I don't know, the victim, would keep coming back to the psychic and find, hey, is that prophecy still on track? Psychics never tell everybody that in 10, 15 years they'll be wealthy.
I key that in as a factor, along with my intelligence of
I'm glad to hear your intelligence is a factor.
I can't tell you. This just came to me late at night, actually, about...
Diarrhea does that to me.
And they left him a message. He did email me out of his thousands of emails. I was really surprised that he emailed me, so I must have sent an impression.
Airman Fenn receives tens of thousands of emails, and he is kind enough to answer most of those, which I think is amazing because it must take a hell of a lot of time. Airman Fenn has also received many hundreds of emails from people who tell him they know exactly where the treasure is. He doesn't discourage them when they tell him that. He doesn't particularly encourage them when they tell him that. He does say, "That's great, go and get it." Surely, if I knew exactly where the treasure is, I wouldn't be making a YouTube video asking people for money so that I could go get it. I would go get it.
He says, if you knew where it is, you would find a way to get it. And that, because I told him, I said I knew where it was, and then, you know, I said a well-made point, and then I left a quotation here that, do you have outhouses in that area? And not knowing and seeing some information online about people trying to look in outhouses and dig it up after he's already had an interview stating they're not in that. But he did contact me, so somehow he was intrigued. I don't.
Thank you, Sharian, for sharing that with us. I see that he has told you the exact same thing he's told everybody else who has told him that they know exactly where the treasure is. If you knew where it is, you would have it by now.
And leave and go hunt for, you know, not very long actually, for a couple weeks. So
wait a minute. You have said that you know exactly where the treasure is hidden. Now, at the end of your video, you are saying you don't know where the treasure is hidden, and that it would take you a couple of weeks to hunt for it. Which is it? You want people to give money to you so that you can go and maybe find a treasure. What do the people get when you don't find it? Here's an idea, Brian. Sell your trailer if you own it. Sell whatever you own. Raise the money. Go get the treasure. I know why you don't do that. You know why you don't do that. Everybody out there knows why you don't do that. You know why your phone is not ringing? You know why people are not lining up to give you money to go get the treasure. Everybody knows why, Brian. You know why, Brian. Also, Brian, you do not actually believe what you claim you believe. If you did, you would sell whatever you have. You would borrow wherever you could. You would get the money, already have it, and you would already have gone to get the treasure. You do not believe what you claim to believe.